Hello and welcome to the Every Other Saturday podcast YouTube channel for a new video on the channel today, which is going to be looking at the top 10 worst Rangers January signings. I thought this would be a great video to make, obviously with the January transfer window opening. Rumours are coming full circle, so we're going to look at the 10 worst that we've seen. Just looking at some of the names, mate, I'm nearly thrown up, honestly. but we'll move on. And make sure you like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the socials in the description. That'd be much appreciated. But we'll just jump right into it, mate. At number 10, we've got actually 5 players, but I've put them all as one because they came together, and that is the Newcastle 5. Haris Vukic, Remy Street, Shane Ferguson, Gail Bigramana and Kevin Mbabu. I'm pretty sure only 3 of them actually played a game for Rangers. Haris Vukic, if you remember, was all right at the time. Shane Ferguson played 2 games and Remy Street played 45 minutes of a game and then he was subbed off and never seen again. What's your thoughts on them?
As you said about that Hingley boy there, looks like Vukic or something like that. I remember him like at the time, also experiencing a decent player for a long time. Always, like, I remember just fucking going on about he's decent and all that. Ferguson, man, I remember him just being a mad tosser, to be honest with you. Where did he go? He went Birmingham or something?
I'm pretty sure he's Preston or Peterborough or something he plays with now. But he only played like the last 2 games of that season. It was against Motherwell in the the playoff finals and that. And he came on and started the last game. So,
okay, dark days for Rangers. The other boy, I don't remember at all. The other 3, I don't remember at all. I know that Hingley went to Motherwell, didn't he? One of them went to Motherwell.
Aye, Big Romana went to Motherwell, aye.
That's all I remember, mate.
But just Haris Vukic was all right at the time. That was it. Kevin Mbabu, funnily enough, went to Wolfsburg. Is for like 11 million or something like that. He starts for them now. One of probably the better right backs in the world, which is really weird to think about. We had him at a point. The less said about that, the better. Number 9 then. Number 9. It's a guy that I've never actually heard of, but thank you to Gordon Campbell on Twitter that got in contact and gave us this name. It's Bojan Djordjic. Came on loan, not on loan actually. We signed him on a free transfer for Man United in 2005, and he made 5 appearances for the club. So pretty dismal. Thank you to Gordon Campbell, obviously, for that. I'm expecting you don't know much about him either.
Oh, mate, I was 5 at the time, so...
yeah, true.
I can remember it.
So cheers for that one, but we'll take your word for how bad he was. Number 8 is a guy that signed when we were 11, and that's Merv Ancelic. Just for signing a name with Celic in it, should be a sackable offence in its own. He signed for, I think, 2 million odd in 2011. Made 5 appearances, and he's still only 30 to this day. So, just shite. Anything else about him? No, just shite. Can't even remember anything he done, honestly, in the 5 appearances. Number 7, more recent now. Sean Goss. Sean Goss came on loan from, I think it was QPR.
Right.
Came up, he looked all right, to be fair. Scored a free kick or 2, looked all right. And then we played Celtic and he just folded like a pack of cards, and that was his Rangers career over.
Did you win it?
He started off at Man United and that, made 13 appearances for Rangers, and after the Celtic game, that was it.
Was it for him? I don't really... You say, I just remember him. I don't know, he just looked like some mad uni boy. I don't know, man. He just wasn't any decent. I remember can't say he was alright in that at the time, but just didn't think he was any decent, mate.
That's just what we were dealing with at the time, wasn't it? Exactly. Look at the midfield we've got now, and we had Sean Goss in that a few years ago. He was just, I don't know if it was just because the team was so bad that he looked alright at times, or I
think that's what it was, mate, to be honest with you. I think the team was so bad that some of these players looked decent at the time, but when you look back on it, they're utter shit, you know what I mean? Like, not good enough.
So Sean Goss was no the worst on the list. I'll say that he wasn't the worst.
Where is he now?
I couldn't tell you. I actually couldn't tell you. I know he was on loan at St Johnstone maybe last season before. That's the last time I seen him. Don't know where he is. I'll need to have a look in that. Number 6 then. Number 6 is a guy who I would strongly think not a lot of fans, will remember this guy. Maciej Gotmocki, Polish keeper we signed for like Poznan, 2016, Mark Warburton signing. Made 0 appearances, so great impression he made on Rangers, and his contract was ripped up in March. So, aye.
I remember him signing, but
you remember him signing with the shirt. There'll be a photo on the screen of him, but just no appearances. What can you say? Closing in top 5. Just making the top 5 is John Terrell. John Terrell signed on loan for Arsenal in the 2017-18 season. Don't know if I think it was Graham Murray was in charge at the time.
Graham Murray was, aye.
That
was around at the same time as Sean Goss and all, wasn't it?
Aye, I think it was actually.
It was.
We signed Emerson Hindman around about then and all. John Terrell, though, made 12 appearances during his loan spell at Rangers. Scored a couple of goals, but it was cut short. His loan spell in the end, I'm sure. I
just remember him talking about Arteta told him how good it was up at Rangers and that. I remember him saying that. You just think where he is now, mate, with League One football with Hull in
it. He's moved to Hull, I think, now.
Is he?
I don't know if he's still at Hull. He was at Sunday. He was playing the other night against Man City. Who will Man City playing the cup?
Birmingham.
Aye, that's who he plays with, Birmingham, I'm sure now. I've seen him on the team sheet for that. But he was far too lightweight, just didn't look interested at all. Poor signing, I felt. Just sums up what 2017-18 season was. Number 4, which some of the viewers might be disgruntled at this one because he's liked. He is liked. I still like him, but just with all the reputation he came up here, it's Jason Cummings. Obviously, down the Championship and we're playing Hibs a few seasons, he was great, scoring goals left, right, and centre. Got his move to Nottingham Forest. Didn't work out for him. Came to Rangers on loan. You're expecting goals. Oh my God, Morelos and Cummings up front. That was a thing at the time. But he's made 15 appearances. I think he scored 6 goals. Not a bad return, but just the reputation he comes up here with and the swagger. Obviously, Cummings shows you were expecting mad stats and stuff, but obviously during that time we were all brainwashed into thinking that.
Well, this is the one I'm going to disagree with you. Obviously, you're saying that you just named him with 15 appearances and 6 goals. That's not bad, to be honest with you. And at the time,
it's not bad, but it's just the reputation.
Aye, but mate, at the same time, at the time when he did come up, I do remember him not getting a fair crack. Fans were calling. I remember fans at the time calling for him to be playing. Do you know what I mean? Him and Alfredo up front together. I remember that cup. It was a cup game or something where they threw toilet roll or something up there.
Air. I'm pretty sure he scored in that game.
No, but as I say, mate, the biggest thing I got with Cummins was just following his Insta for his dog. You know what I mean? His dog was actually probably the best thing about him. To be fair. I think that's what I'm on about, mate. Like, decent, but just isn't good enough. Isn't Rangers quality for me personally. Do you know what I mean? Isn't good enough.
Just a pure likeable guy, but just at the end of the day,
100%, man. Probably a great guy to have a drink with and everything like that, but just didn't work out for him at Rangers. Do you know what I mean? That's about it.
Because I think it was the season after that he was still at Rangers and Gerrard came in and people were thinking, "Oh, is Gerrard going to sign Cummings?" Like Rangers fans, they like this guy. I like him. I just feel that his place on this list is basically down to not the goals and stuff he scored. He didn't get a fair crack, fair enough, but just down to what he was like at Hibs and what you were expecting to come back up.
What you were expecting at Hibs, but that's what I'm on about, mate. Like when he was at Hibs, like putting the ball in the net, I suppose. But at the same time, I don't know, mate. I just feel like I didn't get a fair cry, but it doesn't matter anyway because
he's on the list.
It's no
He's on the
depression
list.
decade anymore, is it?
Exactly. We've changed drastically. Top three. Starting off that top three is a guy that I thought was absolutely disgusting in a Rangers shirt. Russell Martin. Like, Jesus Christ. This was during the time where we signed Rangers fans. Also Cummings coming into that bracket as well. We just signed Rangers fans. Who else we bring in? Jamie Murphy as well was in that window. Because we thought that was going to win us the league. But Russell Martin, he was part of and all at like Norwich and that. He was a captain in Norwich.
Difference between Norwich and Rangers, mate.
Yeah, it's huge.
I will never forget the feeling of watching that guy play football and just wanting to give anything just to be in a room with him for 5 minutes and kick fucking lumps out of him because that guy was one of the worst. Honestly, one of the worst. You know what I mean? He's like, I'm just thinking about him sending off, and oh my god, man! Like some of the signings that we've made, mate. Like, see when you look on it, you're like, what the fuck were we actually doing at the time? But I guess you're working with the budget you had. Do you know what I mean? Just awful. Then I remember, did he no score? Who did he score? Was it Hearts?
He scored against Hearts. He scored against Hearts. I'm pretty sure at home. That was his only goal in 15 appearances. But the 15 appearances were all dreadful. As you said, obviously massive step up in terms of Norwich, Rangers. Coming up here, he was literally brung in. It's weird to even think at that time to challenge for a league title because we were drawn with Celtic that game. If you remember, looking to maybe win it, we would have been like 3 points behind him. So he was just rotten. A game I remember him particularly in was the Cup semi-final at Hampden against Celtic. We beat 4-0. He was partnered with Ross McCrory at the back, and it was just the less said, the better, to be honest with you.
Depression, mate, starting to kick in here. Let's just get off this one, eh?
And right, so number two, another one who you could maybe think, well, he's still at the club, but he was signed in January. Obviously became officially a Rangers player in the summer, but his contract was signed in January, so it has to be Jordan Jones for me. We talk about Jones a lot on the channel. We've all wanted Jones to succeed. He's had question marks over his behaviour and stuff. He's only ever made 10 appearances for Rangers in these 2 years. So it's just not worked out for him at all. Could be away in January as well. So what's your thoughts on Jordan Jones then?
You know my thoughts on him, mate. He's just a social media guy, do you know what I mean? He just poser. I remember thinking to myself in the old forum when he gets sent off, what a fucking idiot he is, because there was no need for the challenge at the time. She said he was a guy that delivered the ball for Alfredo in the European game against
Legia Warsaw game.
No, Legia Warsaw. They're all the same to me, they teams. No joke. No, do you think that he did that and Morelos got that goal? Do you know what I mean? He seems to be dead pally with Alfredo. I don't know why that is, but for the player we were expecting to get, I remember everyone making a big deal because he brought a pen with him. He signed the contract with the club. Well, do you know what I mean? Like, it was, he's here to do business. He's here to pose on his gram that he's a Rangers player. Just wish it would sort of turned out better, to be honest with you. Do you know what I mean? Because you can see there's a player there. There's a real good player there, but he's just not turned up for Rangers. He maybe just couldn't handle the pressure of being a Rangers player.
It seems a weird one for Gerrard signing a player like that, knowing he's obviously his reputation and stuff.
You can see that Gerrard obviously seen something in him and thought that there's a decent player there, but it's just his attitude off the part that's probably not impressed Gerrard at all.
And it seems to me, I see him going through this list, like he comes under the sort of Jason Cummings bracket, same sort of personalities, if you know what I mean. Like, they don't hide that they like Rangers, and as you say, they're always posting stuff online and not doing the job in the park. But Jordan Jones, it's just not worked out at all. I don't know if he'll get his chance on for now, but I doubt it. And it's just been a disaster for the contract we signed, obviously, because we played Kilmarnock a week after that, and he scored and ran up to Steve Clark and sitting hugging him and all that. A week before that, he signed a contract.
Honestly, that's what I'm on about. See, when you do that, you're a prick. You don't even deserve to sign for the club. Do you know what I mean? I remember getting off my dome with that, man. Fucking arsehole. What are you doing that for? You've just signed for the club. That's a simple, you know what I mean? That's a simple head down, just run back into, do you know what I mean, get the game going again. Has to be a big. That's what I'm on about. What a fucking arsehole, man. Still boils my blood with that, man.
Aye, it's stupidity. But Jordan Jones, number 2, topping the list. There might be players that should have been on top here, but it was quite a hard list to make out of these to place them. But number 1 for me all day long had to be Michael O'Halloran. Just for the fact we even signed this guy for, what was it, 500 grand. Mark Warburton was chasing him for a while. We were in the championship. We signed him purely because he was fast, not because he could do anything else. And exactly. At the end of the day, he made 29 appearances for Rangers. So just a disaster signing.
Terrible signing, mate. No, do you know what, as you said, like, he was only fast. The thing I remember was watching one of the, when they did a sit down with the players. I don't know who it was. I think it was, I'm going to say it was Tav or something. But I just remember one of the players talking about how he just shaves his whole body. No, it was Andy Halliday. That's who it was. Andy Halliday. He was saying that.
Oh, Michael O'Halloran does that.
Aye, he goes constantly in the sauna and all that, and he shaves his body and all this and that. Do you know what I mean? One of the pricks has to look, do you know what I mean, perfect. Do you know what I mean? Just... Because you know what, the Celtic thing with him, I know, did he not go into the Celtic fans?
I'm sure he was still a Rangers player, I know, when he was seen in the Celtic end or something like that. I don't know if that was actually true or if it was like years ago, but I do remember seeing that.
Also, listen, support who you want, but when you play for Rangers, you can't support Celtic, you know what I mean?
No, that's just a fact.
He just seems like a dickhead, to be honest, mate.
You seen, obviously, he get sent off a few weeks ago again against Rangers for St Johnson. That was just you're looking at it like, why? Like, why pay 500 grand for Michael O'Halloran? January.
That's what I'm on about. Seeing we've made this list. Well, you made this list and sort of just hanging it, but seeing you're looking at the players like your Michael O'Halloran's, your Jason Cummins, your Terrell. It's amazing how far Rangers have come. Do you know what I mean? The massive change that Steven Gerrard has made. Do you know what I mean? You can tell when we've struggled financially and we've had to sign certain players. I don't know why you would think somebody like Russell Martin's going to come up here and challenge, do you know what I mean, be the top centre-half and win Rangers the league. Like, whoever thought that, honestly, is a fucking... That is stupid, man. I honestly still would get 5 minutes with that guy and I'd kick fuck out, man. He was so bad. See that big Philip Senderos? He was a big dildo, him, man. He was useless, honestly.
I mean...
But as I'm saying, mate, you can tell with the budget, do you know what I mean, and how far we've come and how far Gerrard's improved the team. That's why winning the league this season will mean everything, man. Honestly.
So, I don't think we'll actually be doing that to Russell Martin, but that's just Lucy's thoughts on that.
No. Not everybody, but we want to be doing it.
That's it. That's the list. That's the top 10 I've sort of...
Where's Matt Crooks?
Summer signing, mate. I had to look up. It was summer.
It was January?
He came in the same time as Windass, but he was injured, so he didn't actually get a start until January. He did sign the summer, but
have let me down.
That was his time at Rangers. But that's the 10 that we think are the worst Rangers January signings. Obviously, we done one earlier on in the season for just the top 10 worst, or like, I think it was like a top 11 team. The worst players we've seen play for Rangers. A few of these would probably be on there. But that's the video. I would like to also give a shout out to Ryan118 on YouTube for this idea. I seen it he done one of these, and I thought it'd be a good idea for us to do. So I'm going to leave his channel description in the description, and go and check that out for his video. But that's pretty much it. Good laugh about.
Everyone says a laugh and a bit of banter. Do you know what I mean? Between, do you know what I mean, ourselves and everybody that's watching. Nothing's actually dead serious. Do you know what I mean? You don't wish any well and anything. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And
just a bit of banter, mate.
Just a bit of banter at the end of the day. And please like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and follow the socials. That'd be much appreciated. And let us know also your sort of worst January signings if we've missed out any as well. So thank you for watching. We'll see you later.